Is the Kid LAROI getting closer to surpassing Juice? Before we look into this, I obviously know that this title and video is probably going to upset a lot of people, but I'm not coming at this in a certain direction to where I'm trying to directly compare Juice and LAROI. Yes, I'm going to be looking at numbers specifically and just some facts between the two artists, but obviously if you guys have been watching me for long enough now, you know Juice is my all-time favorite artist. LAROI is also one of my favorite artists currently, and I always do my best to make sure the videos aren't really that biased, or if they are, it's more in a video that's like a video essay style. So now that I have that little disclaimer out of the way, let's actually get into the numbers. Yesterday, Stay passed Lucid Dreams as the 15th most streamed Spotify song ever. What's crazy about this is that Stay just passed 2 billion streams on Spotify, and Lucid Dreams passed 2 billion streams on Spotify a couple months ago as well, but Stay released only a little over a year ago. It dropped in July of 2021, where Lucid Dreams released back in 2018. So it's honestly been out for a little over 4 years now. One of the first things that I know people are going to comment about is, oh, it's because of Justin Bieber. I don't really want to hear that argument because it makes absolutely zero sense. You can't really say that just because Justin is on this song is the reason it's huge. I think a lot of it comes down between labels, marketing, all of that, obviously playlisting, but Juice literally had a Justin feature on Wander to LA. I know the situation is a little different because it was posthumously done, but it's obvious to all of us that Bibby and Grade A were pushing for Wander to LA to be a big radio success, and it just wasn't. Another little example I can throw in here is the fact that when Ian Dior and 24K Golden did a Mood remix, Justin Bieber was on that as well, and the remix didn't really do anything. So I don't really want to hear the argument that just because Justin Bieber is a feature is why the song was that big. There's literally plenty of examples of Justin features or songs not going that mainstream. Alright, diving back into the point of the video, I think it's honestly just crazy how much success LAROI has seen since he's only been releasing music since late 2019 after getting signed, that is. But before we go any further with LAROI, I do want to dive back to Juice real quick because I do want to acknowledge that Lucid Dreams obviously has over 2 billion streams. All Girls Are the Same and Robbery both have over 1 billion streams. So I'm not saying that LAROI has completely passed Juice and he's bigger, because obviously LAROI doesn't fully have numbers like that, and I also personally believe that Juice passing was a major factor in LAROI's kind of come up. No, I don't think LAROI would be nothing if Juice was still here. I think LAROI would be a huge artist. I think he just has that kind of talent. People like him. LAROI seems like a good guy, and maybe he would be exactly where he is today. I don't know though. Obviously none of us do, because that's not the circumstance of the situation that we're in. At the end of the day, my main point is just how crazy it is that LAROI is in the position that he is. In 1 year, LAROI was able to get a song with over 2 billion streams on just Spotify alone. That's an insane achievement, and I think Juice would be proud to see what LAROI is doing. I also think it's fair to keep in mind that Juice is obviously in a completely different lane, especially now. I think that with the posthumous releases and everything, it's just so weird because you can't really rank Juice with the current rappers and the current hip-hop that we have right now. Looking at Juice WRLD 3 and what we know from leaks, snippets, whatever, I do think that Juice was going to be a way bigger artist than he even was before he passed. The way that a lot of the Juice WRLD 3 era songs sound, just stuff like Keep It, Adore You, Swear, all of those kind of love songs, I think that those would have completely dominated mainstream, maybe even radio. Juice was able to make the perfect mixture of pop music and rap music. It was almost like you were hearing kind of rap bars, but it also had a pop flow mixed with Juice's melodic voice on the song. So honestly, I still think that that kind of music in itself is in a completely different lane, and I do think LAROI has obviously went down the more poppy lane, but it wasn't necessarily what Juice was trying to do. LAROI went into it with his own unique style. I think LAROI brings just something different to the table than what Juice did, but I honestly think both of their music, especially what Juice was making in 2019 and what LAROI has been making as of lately, is honestly some of the best music I've ever heard. Feel free to disagree with me, obviously. That's the point of an opinion. If you do, that's completely fine, but thank you guys for watching and supporting the channel. If you're new here, please subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.